Hello, hello, I'm live. Today is May the 14th, and this is my 18th attempt since morning to go live and talk on YouTube. Obviously, this barista is being, what do you call it? Is being placed because I'm having coffee here. Okay, so I'll get to the point because I have a lot to cover. I tried to go live yesterday and it was all kachra to a point that even Granola didn't catch a lot of it. I think it was bad connection. I did it for about 5 minutes and only 1 minute got recorded. I will cover a few things that I spoke about yesterday and I just take from there on. In the meanwhile, I just need to fix the camera. This camera looks weird. Um, okay, this is better. No, this is better. Okay, so I'll talk about a few things. So I obviously in Colombo, and I'm totally liking it so far in the sense that I don't have a lot of large things to do here, and that means that I have a lot of time to think and reflect. But also because I am moving around from one location to another, I'm not sitting at one place and thinking and doing deep work that I'm used to doing while I'm here. So that's that. Now, what that means is that it's making me realize a lot of things that I typically would not realize otherwise. And I will talk about those eventually. But coming back to the point of the podcast to ensure that there is value for people, I'll start with something that I spoke yesterday, but I couldn't get recorded, and I will try it today. So I was meeting Arya in Pune a few days ago, and I was telling Arya that how all the Western leaders are very, very poised. They will sit like this. I mean, this is power pose that Anshika likes, but they will sit in a certain manner and they will be extremely poised and extremely dignified in their conduct. And on the other hand, when you look at Indians, I'm not blaming us, we are like that, but we are all over the place. मतलब हाथ हिल रहा है, पैर हिल रहे हैं, जगह move कर रहे हैं, etc etc. And I'm that, I mean, I'm probably more guilty than anybody else to have a need for a very, very large personal space. Now with time I'm trying to make that more efficient. I'm trying to be better. What this means is that I'm trying to not move around a lot. Like right now, I'm conscious about how my body is. Only my hands are moving. And at a point in time, I want to just sit like this and sit still and talk like a Danda Bari would do, right? That's that. And I also want to ensure that each word I speak is very, very deliberate and very, very slow. I met a friend of mine for dinner in Sri Lanka a few days ago. He leads a fairly large company and he's in the BFSI space and he's like a big, big man there. And his executive coach, business coach, tells him that he needs to speak at 1/10 of the speed that he speaks at. And and भाई लोग वो ना मुझसे already 1/10 बात कर रहे हैं. So I realized that while I may know a lot, I may have a lot of excitement about things, but I also need to be able to communicate things in a manner that people want to listen to. And that means that each word that goes out has to be clear. I have to be super poised even when I'm talking to, people who I need to convince, who I need to make a point across, who I need to even argue for that matter. That is extremely, extremely important for somebody like me who believes that I want to have a larger stage to talk about. So that's that. That's one thing. The other thing is this imposter syndrome that happened yesterday. So I was with a friend of mine again in Colombo, and I was talking to him about how the next few months will shape up for me. And while talking to him, I realized that each thing I'm talking about is a great thing for a 20-year-old. But I'm no longer that, and I'm probably too vexed, and I need to. I'm not saying I need to act my age. I'm not saying that I need to change who am I, but I also need to be aware of the changing realities around me. Like for example, when I wake up in the morning, I'm not the freshest. When I sit at a place, my back starts to hurt. So there is a reality of time and physics that has happened to me, and I need to be able to work with that. And what this means is that I will have to find a way to do whatever it takes to uh, make the most of the time that we have that I have here. So I'm rambling. Sorry, this is not the right apt content that I'm rambling. But anyhow, the last thing that I made a promise to myself when I was here in last few days in Colombo is that I am going to be uh, living a lot more deliberate life, talking a lot more deliberately, choosing how to spend my time a lot more deliberately, and then taking there. So, like for example, if I'm in Sri Lanka, I'm okay to meet whoever because I'm here and I have nothing else to do. But when I'm back home, I want to use my time to a point wherein each minute is accounted for and then taken towards a certain goal. If not that, I want to just chill and sit and do nothing else. But I want to be very, very deliberate about how I live my time and how I live my life and be useful with my time. So that's that. What else do I have to talk about? talk about. I had more things to talk about before I started this podcast, this live thing. But I think I'll end it here and then I will come back to it the next day, which is tomorrow. And then we'll see each other. Thank you for tuning in. See you around. Bye.